You know that feeling when you meet someone and it just clicks? Or on the flip side, clashes completely? Human connections are insanely complex, right? Well, welcome to this explainer on Stellar Harmonie. We're diving straight into this seriously advanced calculation system built by Astral Therapist Arthur Loosen. It's designed to map out our multidimensional soul connections. We're going to lift the hood on this system today, looking at how it actually takes raw cosmic data and turns it into a profoundly detailed relational profile.
To really wrap our heads around this framework, we've got to start with Loosen's core philosophy. He states, the universe codes us in names, times, places, and galactic spheres. Now, that's not just some pretty poetic metaphor. In the Stellar Harmonie system, it literally means your energetic DNA is a calculable blueprint. It's stamped into the universe at the exact moment and geographic location of your birth, and then it gets combined with something you use literally every single day, the specific vibration of your actual name. So what exactly is stellar harmony? Well, forget about just reading your daily horoscope in the newspaper. This is an immersive, full 360-degree analysis of how two distinct souls harmonize. The thing that makes it a real game changer is how it takes ancient esoteric wisdom and bridges it with incredibly precise astronomical calculations, all run by modern digital tech. It's basically this massive synthesis of different frameworks that pulls back the curtain on the deep, layered harmonics between two people. Here's our roadmap for the explainer today. First up, we're decoding the system itself. Second, we'll get into soul genealogy. Third, those 14 starseed categories. Fourth, how it calculates earthly astrological harmony. And finally, mastering numerology vibrations. Let's get to it.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, decoding stellar harmony and the cosmic blueprint process.
The really wild part here is just how user-friendly this is on the front end, especially when you consider the absolutely massive computational power humming along in the background. You just pop in your birth details, full name, date, exact time, and the city you were born in. From there, this automated Geo-API steps in. It acts almost like a piece of hyper-advanced therapist software, doing all the heavy lifting to process everything from your ascendant right over to your Chinese zodiac. You just click through the tabs to explore your relational synergy and boom, you export an instant comprehensive PDF dossier. It completely takes the friction out of this complex, multidimensional math.
Moving right along to Section 2, Soul Genealogy Explained, where we look at how star constellation genealogy actually works and traces our cosmic origins.
When we look at how this maps out, we see the three-sphere collimator diagram. This is a core feature that visually maps a soul's entire migration. It's not just looking at where you are right now, it literally traces all the way back to your primordial creative origin, tracks your cosmic transit stations along the way, and then maps exactly how that energy shows up here on Earth. It uses highly precise calculations for active fixed star alignments. I mean, we're talking exact conjunctions with Sirius A and B, Arcturus, the Pleiades, Vega, the whole shebang. By running this deep dive analysis, the system uncovers your unique soul gifts, and yeah, also the shadow aspects you're meant to integrate in this lifetime.
Now, it's absolutely mind-blowing to think about primordial origins and these vast ancient transit stations, but it does beg the question, how do these interstellar alignments actually show up in our everyday lives? How do they affect our quirks, our habits, and our daily relationships?
That brings us perfectly to Section 3, the 14 star seed categories explained, diving into your galactic lineage.
The sheer scale of this taxonomy is just breathtaking. The system groups cosmic origins into 14 highly distinct categories, ranging from the Pleiades and Andromeda to Lemuria, Atlantis, and even generational markers like indigo or crystal. But the real magic happens in the cross-compatibility feature. Stellar Harmonie uses this interactive 14 by 14 resonance matrix to literally calculate exact compatibility percentages across all these different origins. It even has a catalog that lets you custom select and fine-tune traits so you can compare soul characteristics side by side. It essentially takes the abstract concept of being a starseed and grounds it into rigorous comparative data you can actually use.
All right, on to Section 4, calculating astrological harmony, or as I like to call it, the earthly mapping.
So how exactly does Stellar Harmonie calculate astrology? This is where the digital tech really flexes its muscles because precision is absolutely everything here. Think of it like a hyper-accurate cosmic GPS.
The system taps into a Geo-API for automatic city geocoding, making these tiny longitude offset adjustments so your ascendant calculation is flawless. But it goes way deeper than standard Western astrology. It balances your sun element, so your fire, earth, air, and water drives, while simultaneously modeling your lunar orbit to gauge things like unconscious trust and emotional safety. And brilliant touch here, it folds in an East Asian lunisolar engine to track traditional Chinese calendar shifts. This reveals those really deep, instinctual seasonal dynamics between two people.
Plus, we all know relationships aren't static, right? They ebb and flow over time. Enter the 6-month Cosmic Harmony Wave Transit Engine. This dynamic algorithm tracks fluctuations over a half-year window, specifically 3 months before and after whatever reference date you plug in. It explicitly contrasts your dominant emotional wave cycles against your mental wave cycles. That way, you know exactly when you and your partner are going to be totally in sync intellectually, versus when you might need to brace for a little emotional turbulence.
Finally, let's hit Section 5, Mastering Numerology, Vibrations, and the Energetic Resonance.
Here we get into how it uses numerology vibrations effectively. Powered by a full reduction Pythagorean calculation engine, this module slices your energetic profile into 4 core pieces. You've got your life path, which comes from your birth date and shows your main trajectory. But then it looks at your full name to calculate your destiny number. And it gets even more granular than that. It separates the consonants to find your personality number, and then looks at just the vowels to reveal your soul urge, basically your heart's deepest desire. It's fascinating how this algorithm pulls out the hidden vibrations we carry around just in the basic sounds of our own names.
Understanding those 4 core numbers is an absolute must for relationships. The system offers joint vibrational guidance, which basically compares your numbers with someone else's to give you highly targeted advice. It points out exactly where your destinies are aligned, where your numerical synergy compounds to create something way bigger than just the two of you, and, crucially, where you might hit some communication friction, purely based on your clashing resonant frequencies.
So, where does all this raw data actually go? Well, all of these incredibly complex modules, the fixed star genealogy, the starseed matrix, the API-driven astrology, and the Pythagorean numerology, they all culminate in a massive 3-tier synthesis report. It breaks your connection down into everyday dynamics, karmic growth, and your shared cosmic mission. But they didn't just stop at text. The system actually includes an in-browser interactive Solfeggio audio generator that pumps out pure sine wave frequencies right alongside animated sacred geometry, so you're reading about your relationship dynamics while simultaneously getting this visual and auditory focus aid for deep meditation and pineal activation. Talk about multitasking, right?
I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on today. If your entire life, your name, your exact birth time, your geographic location, is actually this deeply coded sequence of cosmic and numerical rhythms, what happens when you finally decode it? As you use an advanced system like Stellar Harmonie for self-reflection and conscious growth, what hidden cosmic mission might your energetic blueprint finally reveal about you and the people you naturally draw into your orbit? Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and keep learning.